Hi there, Terry back again. Hope I find you well. Welcome to my latest video. And as it's a Sunday, I'm doing one of those Friday comic challenges set up by Allan of the comic collector Geek fame. Several people have done a video already, and so I thought I'd join in. Of course, I'm going to cheat like I usually do, but I couldn't find 10 that were really what I would call my top 10 favourites because I got too many of the damn things. So what I thought I'd do is I'll climb up into the loft and I will open the box. And the first box I come to, and the first book I come to with a floating head, I would take out, and then I'll open another box and take one out, and so on and so forth, until I found, well, a few more than 10. But anyway, bear with me. First of all, the first one I actually picked out was Fringe, Tales from the Fringe. I don't know if you remember this TV series. But the covers are so good, and they all happen to have floating heads on them. So I thought, I'll show you all 6, but don't tell Alan. Anyway, these came out between August 2010 and January 2011, and all of them were by Diego Latour. And as I said, it's called Tales from the Fringe. And on this cover, you've got Peter Bishop, Olivia Dunham, and Dr. Walter Bishop, as in characters. And on this one, you have Philip Broyles. And then we have Astrid Farnsworth. And then Nina Sharp, who was a bit of a villain in it. This one I can't make up my mind who it is. It's a possibility. It's a sort of a Dr. Bishop when he's in agony. And the last one is of Olivia Dunham. Right, that's those ones. Now do it proper. We have Batman Arkham City. And this came out in July 2011. And the cover is by Carlos Deanda. And of course it's, well, we got Batman and Hugo Strange as half and half floating heads. And then this is volume 3 of Night Force. And this is number 1. And we have Leonardo Manco and Wes Hartman with the cover. And on that cover is Baron Winters and Merlin, his pet leopard. And there are a few other heads floating about in the middle as well. And then we have Madam X from DC's National Comics. It's a one-shot from December 2012. And the cover was done by Fiona Staples. And Madam X, or Nima, if you've heard of her, and her first appearance was actually in Stormwatch Volume 3, Number 1, from 2011, so about a year after this one. Or a year before that one, sorry. And now, specifically for Archie Fun for Alan, Matt, and Mark's issues with Archie Comics. And this is a free comic book day from 2021. And the cover, as those three will know, and it says it on the cover anyway, is by Dan Parent. I thought a real fun one. Most of the Archies I've got actually are free comic book day ones. I've never got into buying them because there are thousands. Then we have a series Flashpoint, and this is the Secret 7 cover. And we have, that was August 2011, and this is by George Perez with Tom Smith. And it's Shade the Changing Man, and there's a lot less, or a lot more of his head and part of his body really. But we have in the back there Enchantress with her head. And I don't know who the sun thing is in the back. I assume that's his outer aura. And we couldn't have a floating head one without this one. Obviously Detective Comics 457. And this is, well, is my favourite Detective Comic cover. Still is. And of course it was done by Dick Giordano and Tajania Wood. And it's way back from March 76. And if I'm showing that one, I have to show this one. This was done by Ian Richardson, specifically for me. And there's plenty of floating heads there. We've got Jorel, we got Lara, and of course we've got Mar and Pa Kent, along with Superman. And then we have Teen Titans, and this is Teen Titans Volume 4, number 22, September 2013. And this cover is done by Howard Porter. And of course, we've got the big Trigon's head there. And a fun one, Flintstones and the Jetsons. And we have the Jetsons there. And we have Mr. Spacely, his head floating about. And the art is by Poe. I've tried to find out who Poe is, but I can't. Within a database and all sorts, but there's no clue. So if anybody does know, let me know in the comments. And then we have several floating heads here on Justice League. This is volume 4 as well, August 2021. It's number, as you see, number 63. And the cover was done by David Marquez and Alejandro Sanchez. We have lots of floating heads around Black Adam and Naomi. We've just got one floating head here, but there's plenty of characters on the cover. And this is from Justice League Europe number 50, May 93. And Ron Randall done the cover. And as you can see on the cover, it's Sonar that has his floating head. Well, he's got floating hands as well. And then, second to last here, we have the Justice League of Arkham. This came out in March 2001, and another George Perez cover, along with Richard and Tanya Horry. Of course, you've got a Batman floating head, a Joker floating head, Nightwing, and well, the others, sort of. And last but not least, we have Gotham Central, and the cover by Cliff Chiang. And this was from July 2005. And we have just a lot of the Gotham PD floating heads there, along with their nice smart suits and ties. That's it then. That is mine. Hope you can join in, and I will put all of the people that have so far contributed in the bottom there. But if you'd like to give me a thumbs up, that would be brilliant. If you would like to comment, that would be more than brilliant. And I thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.